Hey, Chemistry Part 2 here of the Unit 4 lab. And I know I got cut off at the end, but hopefully you had a chance to say that nope, none of those last ones reacted. And so now we're going to look at the next group. We're going to take magnesium chloride and we're going to put it in 4 of the wells and we're going to mix it with the chemicals again. Sodium sulfate, sodium hydroxide, barium chloride, and magnesium sulfate. And so we'll start out with the magnesium chloride in all of them. All right, and we'll add our sodium sulfate. Our sodium hydroxide. Our barium chloride. And our magnesium sulfate. And what are we going to put for these? Did they react or form a precipitate? No. So hopefully you're getting the pattern that more chemical reactions are not going to take place than actually do when you combine chemicals. So I think sometimes in chemistry, people get the idea that anytime you put two chemicals together, you're going to have a chemical reaction. But obviously all these no's are telling us that, a lot of times you don't. All right, so now we're going to take our sodium sulfate and we're going to go ahead and mix it with the other 3 chemicals. All right, and so we'll grab our sodium hydroxide. And grab our barium chloride. There we go. And, all right, so what color is our liquid? And what color is our precipitate? Well, it's the same as this first one way up here. So our liquid stayed at the top. And it was white. And the tan precipitate, remember, are the chunks, the solid chunks, and they fall to the bottom. All right, and then let's put the last one together here. We have our sodium sulfite with our magnesium sulfate. All right, and did that one react? Nope. And I recorded the first one already. That one didn't react either. All right, so now we're going to do the sodium hydroxide with the remaining 2. So let's just go ahead and do it right here. And we'll put it with the barium chloride. And what color is our liquid and what color is our precipitate? So it's the same as before. No, it's not always like this, but hopefully you've noticed you're going to be looking for a pattern in a little bit. So, and then we needed to put it with, oh, I gotta look, magnesium sulfate. All right, this guy. So magnesium sulfate. And then we have to do the last combination. That one did not react. So we have, my last one is barium chloride with magnesium sulfate. So we got our magnesium sulfate. We'll just do it up here. And we got our barium chloride. And again, what color is the liquid and what color is the precipitate? And we got that same thing again. The precipitate fell to the bottom and it is brown. And the liquid stayed on the top and it is white. All right, so I have another set to set up. If you're like, oh my goodness, how long is this going on? Don't worry. This is it. This is the last set that we have to see. So hang tight. We're getting there. All right, so now we're going to take Ba and Cl. Do you think you can name this one? Well, you just say the first element. So if you look that up on the periodic table, it's barium. And then you say the second element, which is chlorine, except you change the ending to "ide." So barium chloride. And we're going to take barium chloride and we're going to mix it with magnesium nitrate, sodium chromate, aluminum sulfate, potassium chromate, and silver nitrate. All right, so I'll put some in each of the well drops. All right, and we'll look at our first one. We had magnesium nitrate. And nothing? I thought that one might. I think this one will. There we go. All right, now hopefully, I'm trying to turn my monitor up a little brighter. Maybe that will help it on your screen too. But we definitely, you might have to tilt your screen because you should be able to see a light yellow liquid on the top and then a darker yellow precipitate on the bottom. So we definitely have a change on that one. So let's fill that out right away. All right, the first one was a no. And the second one has a light yellow liquid with dark yellow precipitate on the bottom. And did it have a precipitate? Yes. All right. And so now we have aluminum sulfate. And what color is our liquid and what color is our precipitate? So this one is kind of like the ones that we had up here, right? We had the white liquid with the tan. All right, now I'm going to do potassium chromate. All right, and what would you say is the color of the liquid and what's the color of the precipitate for this one? This one definitely matches this one, doesn't it? So we got our yellows again. And then I have my silver nitrate. And what color is the liquid and what color is the precipitate? So back to the white liquid and the tan precipitate. All right, so let's go ahead to the next step. So now I'm going to put magnesium nitrate with all of those. So I'll just move this out of the way and go ahead and put some in each of the wells. All right, and we'll put it with the sodium chromate. There we go. Oh, come back, come back. There we go. Would you say there's a precipitate on this one? I would say no. And look at here, it still looks like it's pretty clear. We can see the bottom, can't we? Whereas when it had the precipitates, we could see the little chunks at the bottom. So yeah, I think we just have a liquid. What color do we want to say that is? Kind of a pretty dark, nasty looking yellow. So we'll say, how about mustard yellow? mustard or dark yellow liquid, and was there a precipitate? No. All right, so now we'll go ahead and put our aluminum, sorry, I don't know why it's being so touchy on me, my aluminum sulfate. Oops. And is that one reacting? I'm going with no. And then we'll put potassium chromate. And, all right. Does this one have a precipitate? What color is the liquid? Well, I'd say it's the same liquid as this one with no precipitate. There's no chunks. Remember, because if there were chunks, we would be able to see them. So this one is that, oh, we had one no, right? No, no, and then this one had the mustard yellow, oops, but no precipitate. All right, and then we'll put our last combination, the silver nitrate with magnesium nitrate. And does that one react? Nope. All right, so let's go to our next set. Oh, we better write no for this. And I'm going to put the sodium chromate with the 3 that are remaining. So sodium chromate, let's just, I might as well get a new plate, right? I want to make sure that we got enough room for everything. And we'll go ahead and grab a new microplate. And again, we are starting out with the sodium chromate. All right, so sodium chromate. Ooh, this one starts out, it's kind of a yellowy color, doesn't it? Starts out kind of yellowy. And then, which is like here, but this I would say is a different yellow. It's kind of a brighter yellow than over here, but it's kind of close. And then we're going to combine it with the other 3 chemicals. All right, so I'm putting in the aluminum sulfate. Oh yeah, definitely got a reaction there. I would say, what color liquid? Green. And what color precipitate? I'd say dark yellow. All right, so we have a green liquid with dark yellow precipitate. And, oh, come on, there you go. Now we'll put on the potassium chromate. And did that one react? I'm going to go with no, it didn't. All right, and the silver nitrate. Oh, definitely have a reaction there, don't we? How would you compare the colors of the liquid to the precipitate? Well, I would definitely say that we had a, oh, that one didn't react, hang on. The previous one didn't react, so we would say a light yellow liquid, oops, sorry, light brown liquid with a dark brown precipitate on the bottom. And again, what is a precipitate? Because we did have one. So a precipitate is when you combine 2 liquids, they have a chemical reaction and they make a solid. All right, so now let's put the aluminum with the other 2. So I have my aluminum sulfate. And we'll put it with the potassium chromate. And, oh yeah, definitely had a reaction with that one. I would go with what color liquid? Go with the green.